Hola, hola amigos y bienvenidos de nuevo. Finalmente estamos aquí con la última parte de nuestras notas. We are finally to the last part in our notes, my friends, and this one will fly by too. All right, so obviously we have been working with this verb gustar. We know how to use me, we know how to use te. Now it's time to learn how to use le. Now, here we go. Le is the IOP that means to him, in other words, a él, or to her, which is a ella, or it means to you in the formal sense, as in a usted, right? Okay, so le covers a lot of ground, just like our third person singular or plural subject pronouns. They share the same verb. They're also within this category together. So we've already kind of got that step down, right? But let's look at a few examples here. So in English, if we were to say he likes the wine, or rather he just likes wine in general, our construction would look like le. Of course, that's our IOP. We're saying he is the one that's being affected. We have gusta, our verb, and then the subject, of course, which is el vino, or the wine. All right, so this is translating to him is pleasing, and we finish out with the subject, which is the wine, right? Okay, let's move on. So, because le literally means to him, to her, and to you, it can have any of the following meanings. If we were to see the sentence here, le gusta, and then we have el vino, the implication is that we could be saying either the wine is pleasing to him, we could say the wine is pleasing to her, or the wine is pleasing to you. That can get a little bit confusing, but thankfully, there's a small little rule that we learned to include that clears up any of this confusion. Here we go. So to clarify this ambiguity, the ability to not be able to discern the differences, right, between the sentence must begin with a prepositional phrase. This is our new best friend, guys. This is what's going to clarify the meaning of the IOP le. All right, so make sure you make an extra big note around that. We're going to revisit prepositional phrase a lot. Thankfully, it's a super easy concept though. Here we go. So check it out. Aquí tenemos algunos ejemplos de le gusta y le gustan. Notice here, what do we have within these sentences that we've not seen prior? If you look through this first sentence, we have a él le gusta cantar. We have singing is pleasing to him. Think about it. How did we know that we were talking about him here? We have the le, but what else do we see? Hopefully, you've caught it here. At the very beginning of the sentence, we have a él. That, my friends, is our prepositional phrase. And I'm going to abbreviate it here. So our prepositional phrase equaling to and then the subject pronoun, right? Or it can be a name. All right, so this is just clearly defining, to him specifically, singing is pleasing. All right, we also have a él le gustan los libros, books are pleasing to him. We have a ella le gusta el refresco, the soda is pleasing to her now. We have a ella le gustan las cartas, or the letters are pleasing to her. We have a usted le gusta tomar un descanso. To take a break is pleasing to you. Y finalmente, a usted le gustan las parques. The parks are pleasing to you. So, the prepositional phrase, it's got to tag along. Otherwise, if we were to take off the prepositional phrase on each of these sentences, we would have no idea. We would have no context as to who is being spoken about. So remember, if you are using le, we have got to put in a prepositional phrase beforehand. Okay? All right, here we go. Last slide, my friends. So, as I mentioned in the slide prior, you can also insert proper names and nouns into the prepositional phrase. So if I didn't want to say, he likes the truth, right? A él le gusta la verdad. I could say specifically like Fernando likes the truth. A Fernando le gusta la verdad, right? So I could also say, instead of just she likes to dance, I could say specifically Maria. So a Maria le gusta bailar, right? All right, so let's map out just where these things are. I want you to pause the video in a minute, and with each of these 4 sentences, I would like for you to find the prepositional phrase. I want the prepositional phrase to be in red. Okay, I'll make a little key here. So prepositional phrase is red. Black, I want the IOP. I want the verb in yellow or orange. And then the subject in blue. All right, now give this a go. Take a pause, look at all 4 of these sentences, figure out where everything is, and then hit play when you are ready, because I'm going to go through and map them out myself. All right, so here I go. A Fernando le gusta la verdad. Right now, my prepositional phrase is a Fernando. My IOP, of course, is le. Gusta is my verb. And then finalmente the subject here is la verdad. Okay. My next one, prepositional phrase. Obviamente tenemos María. Le, we have gusta. And then we have bailar as our subject. Okay. Says down below that singular nouns can also be inserted in the prepositional phrase. So, for example, if I just wanted to say the woman likes to read, right, that would look like a la mujer. Then we have le and gusta, and then our subject is leer. Okay. And then the final one down below, we have al hombre, le, and going back here to gusta, and por supuesto, cocinar es nuestro subjetivo. And there we go, my friends. Now, real quick, super duper fast lesson. The reason why we don't see a el hombre, because just a reminder, we have 2 contractions in the Spanish language. We have the de plus el, the singular definite article, right? The masculine form, combines to create del. I hope we remember that one. The only other contraction that exists in the Spanish language is a plus the singular definite article el again. And that's because just like here, they don't like that sound next to each other, and they combine it to be del. Here, they don't like the a el, right? It's kind of a bit of a mouthful. And so they put those together as al. All right, now be aware, the a el is different for this, because el here is my word for he, not the, and it must stand alone. This contraction here is only for a plus a definite singular article el. Que bien, amigos. Let's see. I think we've got time to do just a couple of examples, right? What if I wanted to say that he likes to run? He likes to run. If you want to pause and see if you're able to write this out, that would be fantastic. All right. So he likes to run. I'm going to go ahead and go here. We're going to start, of course, with my prepositional phrase, because if our IOP is going to be le, we need to clarify that ambiguity. So we start as a él, then plug in our IOP, le gusta, and then we said to run, right? Which our verb there is correr. Perfecto. If I wanted to say that, let's see, Susanna likes to cook and clean, how will I write this? Susanna likes to cook and clean. Ready? We need to start with our prepositional phrase again. So we have a and then a proper noun here, Susana, and our IOP le is still attached to her. And then we have gusta. We're going to keep it singular, right? Because we have verbs that are following, even though there are two of them. We said to cook, cocinar, y we also said limpiar. Brillante, amigos. All right, let's do just a couple more examples, and I'm going to switch it up. We might hear sentences that include me, te, or le. All right, so I hope you're ready. Make sure you're adding these to your notes, my friends. Our next one that I would like to say is, I like dogs. I like dogs. In other words, we could say, the dogs are pleasing to me, but I like dogs. Are we ready? All right, should look like, me gusta or gustan. If I like the dogs, ooh, plural, right? So me gustan, and then my subject here, los perros. There we go. Good. All right, and let's do another. Let's say I want to ask you a question. Do you like school? Do you like school? Do you like school? All right, we ready? Here we go. Starting, of course, with our question marks. We have te, and then our verb gusta, because we're talking singular here. ¿Te gusta la escuela? There we go. Do you like school? Is school pleasing to you? All right, last little note, my friends. So when you are going off on your fichas, you will notice that every single sentence has a prepositional phrase, because in order for me to allow you to plug in an IOP, you have to know who the sentence is talking about, right? So here's the deal. Me and te, they can have prepositional phrases as well. Instead, it's not necessary because the meaning is known between me and between te. But if you really, really wanted to express that you like dogs, like maybe you're in a room full of people who don't like dogs, and you're like, psh, me, myself, I really like dogs. Instead of saying me gustan los perros, you could make it a little more emphasized by saying, a mí me gustan los perros. A mí me gustan los perros. And then if I really wanted to ask you, do you like school? Do you really like school? Instead of a mí, it would be a ti. A ti te gusta la escuela. Yeah, they're not necessary. If you include them, it's not wrong. But you will see them on the feature, so I just wanted to give you a forewarning. All right, my friends, that is all for today. You all did a fantastic job hanging with me, so muchísimas gracias. If you need anything else, let me know. You know where to find me. Adiós, mis amigos. Ciao.